Have you ever wanted to do the Universal Orlando VIP tour? Yep, that's right. Today I am talking all things Universal Orlando VIP. What it is, how much it costs. By the end of this video, you'll know for sure whether or not this tour is for you. So what is the Universal Orlando VIP tour? This VIP tour is a private, exclusive experience available to all Universal Orlando guests. For an extra cost on top of your park admission, you'll receive about a 5-hour, 1 or 7-hour two-park behind-the-scenes tour of Universal Studios Orlando or Islands of Adventure.
There's actually a big cauldron inside that's cracked and it leaks on the floor. That's why it's called the leaky cauldron. But outside the leaky cauldron, there is a sign for the leaky cauldron that has a cauldron that is also cracked, that also leaks on the floor.
The Universal VIP tour includes escorted front of the line, ride access, behind the scenes experiences, meals, valet parking, reserved show seating, a Universal City Walk party pass. You get to meet the characters up close and personal, and a limited Universal Orlando Express pass. So even when your Universal VIP tour is over, you'll still get to go back and ride all of your favorite rides again and use your ticket as an Express pass. We're going to go over the two options that you can choose from when choosing your VIP experience. The first one is called the VIP experience. And as you can see, it gives you a behind the scenes tour with other parties. So this is one that I think is perfect for solo travelers, as the groups are capped at 12 people per group. And what's included with this, as I mentioned before, you get to choose if you want a 1-day 5-hour tour to one park, or if you want a 1-day 2-park experience that'll last about 7 hours. You'll also get many of the benefits that we mentioned before that you can see here on the screen, such as your own personal guide, front of the line access, valet parking, and more. Then we get to the private VIP experience, and this is the behind the scenes adventure that you get to have with your own private party of friends. What's included with this one is everything that we just mentioned with the VIP experience that you do with others. Plus, you get to have dinner at a full service restaurant and the ability to customize your own Universal Orlando itinerary. Let's go over a few tips that can make you decide how to do this effectively, and when you're there, what you should be doing. The first tip is to know that you're going to have to plan to stay at the parks all day. My next tip for you is to check the park hours before booking your VIP tour. Now, before deciding which day to book your tour, you want to double check to see if the hours are worth it, because sometimes the parks do close a little bit early. My next tip for you is to purchase your VIP tour ahead of time, and you can do this just by going to the Universal Orlando website. The reason why I recommend that you do this is because the spaces can be limited and it is known to sell out.
We take a tour of the vaults where obviously everything will be just fine. Unless, of course, Harry Potter shows up. But everyone want to bring a try? Awesome.
Pros and cons of doing the Universal Orlando VIP tour. The first thing is the value. The reason why I say that this is a good value is because if you break down the prices of your total day at Universal, this will kind of come out. As you can see on the screen, you can see that your breakfast can run this amount of money. You have lunch that you have to worry about. I mean, look at the valet parking costs, and the unlimited express pass can be pricey too. And if you can do something like doing this behind the scenes tour that can really take your experience at Universal up a notch, it is worth the cost. And I did one and it was incredible. I learned so many things, and it just felt so good to learn about the rides and attractions and then actually go on them and experience them after learning so much. You literally get everything handed to you for seamless, headache-free, luxurious theme park day. It is all of that. Your meals taken care of, parking taken care of, done for you, waiting in lines basically non-existent, cover charges at City Walk already paid for. Now, let's go over the cons of doing this experience. Obviously, the first one is the cost. The cost of the tour isn't that predictable as it does fluctuate based on the season. Now, the moment you have been waiting for, how much does the VIP tour actually cost? Believe it or not, this tour starts at about $190 plus tax. That's the starting price. Remember, the price spikes during the peak season. So let me break it down to you what you can expect for each type of tour. Now, if you want to do the 1 day, 1 park VIP tour, this is going to start at $190 plus tax per person. The 1 day, 2 park VIP tour starts at $200 plus tax per person. And the VIP tour starts at about $3,000 per party. And remember that these prices do not include your theme park admission. So what's the difference between the Universal Orlando Express Pass and the Universal Orlando VIP Tour experience? You could think of the Express Pass as something that you use just to go to each of the rides and attractions in the park to skip the line once, or if you have the Unlimited Pass, you can skip it as many times as you like. Whereas the VIP Tour is a full-out experience, a full-out day of learning so much about the theme parks. It was so much fun for me, and I think it's absolutely worth the cost.
Create all these sounds live. All the sound that you hear, the production sound, is not pre-recorded. They're not playing to a track. And so we're just going to kind of talk about some of those sounds. Everything that we have here on the construction site was bought at a hardware store.
Now, there are other moments where you can do special private tours at Universal Studios. They do offer the Halloween Horror Nights RIP tour that takes you in the same manner as doing this VIP experience in the daytime. Then you have something like the Unmasking the Horror tour, which I did, and it is absolutely incredible, where you get a lights on tour experience of the haunted houses up close and personal. You learn so many details, and you see so many details because you're not screaming your head off. So it's the Universal Orlando VIP tour worth it. I highly recommend this tour if this is going to be one of your few trips to the Universal Orlando Resort and you won't be back for a while and you really just want to have a full-out immersive theme park experience. It is one of my favorite things to do at the resort, and I recommend it for you if you have the extra money to do that. Now, how can you book this experience? All you have to do is visit universalorlandoresort.com, or you can call 1-866-346-9350 to book. Let me know, would you splurge for this VIP tour? And until next time, happy park hopping hipsters.